Your mind is not your enemy, and this is for the person who feels caught in endless inner conflict, longing for clarity, for steadiness, for a sense that their thoughts can serve rather than obstruct. Imagine your mind as a river, sometimes turbulent, sometimes still. Its currents have carried you through every challenge, every decision, every moment that shaped who you are. Despite this, much of life has been spent believing that the current resists you, that it pulls against your purpose. Marcus Aurelius observed, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and when the color is bright with awareness, the mind becomes a guide rather than a barrier." In this journey, you will discover how to speak the language of your mind, to invite it into partnership, and to trust it as an ally in every choice you make. This is not about control or suppression, it is about alignment. The mind's insights, its instincts, its quiet urgencies are not punishments, they are messages. Observe them like signs on a path, each one signaling direction, caution, or attention. When understood, they illuminate the road forward. Everyday proof emerges in subtle moments. The clarity that arrives after quiet reflection, the insight that comes when attention is fully present, the decisions that unfold effortlessly when thought and intention are aligned. The mind's true gift lies in guidance, in its capacity to detect patterns and to foresee consequence and opportunity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When you treat your thoughts as companions rather than adversaries, their quality can be shaped, refined, and directed. They reveal what you value, what you hope for, and what direction holds meaning. Notice how energy shifts when intention is clear, how decisions feel lighter when the mind supports instead of obstructs, how insight deepens when you pause to listen rather than react. Your mind carries the wisdom of your experience. It knows what has worked, what has mattered, and what aligns with your life's path. Partnership begins with acknowledgement, with curiosity, with respect for its signals. Every idea, every insight, every intuition is a bridge between thought and action, and the more you honor these connections, the more your mind responds with steadiness, clarity, and insight. Alignment is cultivated, not commanded, and the first step is noticing that your mind has always been capable of guidance, waiting only for permission to participate fully in your life. The first step in forming partnership with your mind is to observe its movements with curiosity rather than judgment. Thoughts arise like currents in a river, some flowing swiftly, others gently, some bright with clarity, others shaded with uncertainty. None are enemies, all are guides, offering information about what you value, what you fear, and where your attention is needed. When you pause and attend to these messages, insight begins to emerge naturally, effortlessly, and the sense of friction between desire and thought begins to soften. Everyday life provides examples of this cooperation. When you approach a decision calmly, without compulsion, the mind offers subtle patterns, drawing attention to what aligns with your values. Choices become lighter, energy flows more consistently, and awareness deepens. Even challenges that once felt overwhelming reveal hidden opportunities when approached with the mind as an ally. Its instincts, once mistaken for distraction or hesitation, are in fact subtle indicators, guiding you to notice potential outcomes, to weigh possibilities, and to recognize your own priorities. Observing these signs, attending to them, and acting in alignment with them transforms the inner landscape from conflict to coherence. Partnership with the mind is cultivated through attention and consistency. Each time you notice thought without resistance, each moment you align action with insight, the connection strengthens. Marcus Aurelius observed, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and the quality of thought increases when it is treated as a trusted companion." Your mind begins to anticipate alignment rather than conflict, and this anticipation fosters steadiness. Patterns of insight become habitual, and the river of thought flows with clarity rather than turbulence. Even subtle moments of reflection hold power. A pause before speaking, a breath taken before deciding, a quiet notice of what captures attention. All of these are exercises in alignment. Your mind, responsive and loyal, begins to reveal pathways you might otherwise fail to notice. It shows what matters, what to focus on, and what supports your well-being. As this partnership deepens, the mind ceases to be perceived as adversarial. It becomes a source of guidance, a steady companion, and a map for navigating choices, opportunities, and intentions with calm, consistent presence. As this partnership with your mind strengthens, the next step is to trust its guidance while refining its voice with attention. Thoughts carry the residue of experience, wisdom accumulated from every moment you have lived. Some messages arrive as clarity, others as hesitation, yet all are meaningful. Marcus Aurelius observed, "If you are distressed by anything, it is not the thing itself but your judgment about it." And when applied inward, this insight reveals that the mind is not creating obstacles, it is offering perspective. By receiving each thought without judgment, by weighing it gently, you allow the mind to function as a source of discernment rather than conflict. Practical moments show how this unfolds. When planning a project, the mind may draw your attention to details you would otherwise overlook, reminding you of past successes or potential pitfalls. When making decisions, it suggests priorities subtly, guiding you toward what aligns with your intentions. Its wisdom emerges in repetition, in reflection, and in quiet noticing of patterns over time. The mind's role is not to compel action but to illuminate the path, to highlight choices, to guide rather than demand. Each time you follow this guidance with curiosity, patience, and care, you strengthen the connection, deepening trust between thought and intention. Partnership also requires patience. Change does not happen instantaneously. The mind adjusts gradually, learning that alignment is safer than opposition. Every insight received, every decision made in harmony with inner guidance, reinforces the bridge between thought and action. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and the cultivation of that quality is an ongoing process." By noticing patterns, valuing insight, and responding with calm attention, the mind becomes increasingly reliable, steady, and perceptive. Even ordinary, seemingly mundane experiences carry profound opportunity for this alliance. Pausing before responding to a message, reflecting before acting, or observing your own reactions in conversation, all allow the mind to reveal intention, clarity, and guidance. Over time, energy becomes more consistent, decisions feel lighter, and the subtle anxiety that once colored thought begins to diminish. Your mind transforms from a presence once perceived as adversarial into a trusted companion, capable of revealing priorities, enhancing focus, and guiding choices with steadiness and insight. As this connection with your mind deepens, the flow of life begins to feel less like struggle and more like collaboration. Action arises from intention rather than reaction, from values rather than anxiety. The mind, once thought to oppose you, now offers subtle guidance, highlighting priorities, weighing consequences, and pointing toward paths aligned with purpose. Everyday moments reflect this transformation. Tasks once approached with tension now unfold with ease. Decisions arise naturally, and energy moves steadily rather than collapsing under internal friction. Even challenges become instructive. The mind offers insight on patterns and perspectives that might otherwise remain hidden. Pausing to notice these signals, to allow them space, and to act in alignment cultivates steadiness. Reflection replaces impulsivity, clarity replaces distraction, and action emerges naturally from guidance rather than coercion. Trust is strengthened through consistency. Each choice made in harmony with thought reinforces the partnership, and repeated cooperation trains the mind to anticipate alignment rather than conflict. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul, and in this inner retreat, the mind thrives as an ally." Attention becomes sharper, insight more reliable, and energy more sustainable. Where once tension drained motivation, now calm and clarity sustain action, revealing how deeply the mind can support intention when given respect and patience. Even silence becomes meaningful. Moments of reflection, quiet observation, and deliberate attention allow the mind to reveal priorities, motivations, and subtle patterns that guide action. Its wisdom is not loud or forceful, it is precise, gentle, and persistent. When nurtured, this internal guidance shapes every choice, sustains momentum, and clarifies purpose. The mind, far from being an enemy, now functions as a companion that fosters growth, steadiness, and insight, capable of helping you navigate complexity with calm authority and steady direction. As this alliance with your mind matures, you notice how naturally direction arises when intention and thought are aligned. Decisions flow with clarity, energy moves steadily, and each moment carries the quiet confidence of guidance rather than coercion. Your mind, once perceived as separate or opposing, now moves alongside you, offering insight, noticing patterns, and revealing priorities that might have gone unseen. Everyday life becomes a laboratory for this partnership. Planning a day, navigating a challenge, or making a meaningful choice all reveal the mind's subtle capacity to guide. Pauses are no longer hesitation, but moments of reflection. Awareness of emotion becomes a signal rather than a disruption. Small steps taken in harmony with thought reinforce trust, deepen connection, and cultivate patience. Energy once scattered by internal friction now flows toward purpose. Momentum becomes natural, sustained, and directed not by effort alone, but by the attentive collaboration of mind and intention. Identity, once forged through struggle and internal conflict, discovers a new foundation in calm and clarity. Fear no longer dictates choice because safety has become internal rather than external. Ambition is no longer frantic. It is guided by insight, intention, and steady attention. Distress touches only what you believe about a situation, not the situation itself. As you notice this inwardly, fear recedes, judgments soften, and your mind becomes steady, perceptive, and companionable. Quiet moments carry evidence of transformation. The ease of sustained focus, the clarity of reflection, the steady rhythm of deliberate action, all confirm that the mind is no longer an adversary. It reveals, supports, and directs without pressure. The partnership you have cultivated allows life to unfold with presence, intention, and insight. Energy is preserved rather than spent, awareness deepens rather than fragments, and clarity guides action with subtle authority. This is the ultimate proof. The mind was never an enemy. It was always capable of guidance, loyalty, and alignment, waiting only for patience, attention, and trust. By observing, listening, and cooperating, you turn the mind into an ally, steady and perceptive, carrying you through action, reflection, and growth. This partnership transforms every choice, every step, and every breath into a journey guided by clarity, calm, and wisdom.